Today we're at the American Stage with Todd Olson, the producing artistic director.
Our season opens this year with a recent Broadway hit and a Pulitzer Prize runner-up, Richard Greenberg's 3 Days of Rain. Act 1 begins in 1995 with 3 kids who are the children of 2 world-renowned architects when they come together for a reading of the will and also a very mysterious, long-lost journal. And just when the 3 kids think that they've deciphered all of the mysteries of why their parents lived and how they died, the second act has the actors going back in time to 1960 and playing the parents. And then soon enough, the audience and everyone understands the real answers to all of the mysteries of the Notebook and how everyone lived. For our latest production, you have to imagine that you're graduating from high school in 2 hours, but you failed to pass your world literature class. So what happens? The coach, a drama professor, and a part-time teacher have to put the audience through a crash course in the 89 greatest books from world literature. That's the premise of all the great books abridged. It's created by the same group of comedians that made the complete works of Shakespeare abridged. And it's a roller coaster ride, a little highbrow and a little lowbrow, through the 89 best works of world literature. Chapter 2 marks the return of Neil Simon to American Stage after a 7-year absence. Both funny and serious, Chapter 2 is inspired by the real-life story of Neil Simon after the death of his first wife. It's about getting on with life and family pressure, dating again, and eventually falling in love. In the late 1950s, after the huge successes of A Streetcar Named Desire and A Glass Menagerie, Tennessee Williams sought to write a dark play that he thought would lead critics and audiences alike to, in his words, ride him out of Broadway on a rail. What did he do? He wrote one of his darkest plays, Suddenly Last Summer, and it ended up being a cult hit, and it ran on Broadway for over 2 years. American Stage's production of Suddenly Last Summer may well be the most talked about drama in the Tampa Bay theater season. This month marks the first time that American Stage has produced one of William Shakespeare's plays indoors in over a decade. And this time, it's Othello, the greatest play about the nature of jealousy ever written. Othello seems to have everything: pure romance, a noble and tragic hero, and the best scheming plot in all of live theater. Well, the idea for CASA BLUE started at a cast party for a play we did 2 seasons ago called Anna in the Tropics. The leading actress was an actress named Karen Garcia from Miami. And I said, you know, you're a dead ringer for a young Frida Kahlo. And as it turns out, Karen had been reading Frida's biography of late, and I had too. And the idea started from there. Well, there are 4 writers creating CASA BLUE. And because there are so many different facets to Frida, what we're doing is we're writing anywhere between 30-second and 3-minute scenes of different aspects of her. And we're not sharing our work with one another right now. We will do that around Christmas time this coming year. And hopefully what we will have created is a fascinating mosaic of bits and pieces of Frida Kahlo's life. And then my job will be, as director and kind of final editor, is to put this mosaic together into a compelling piece of art. David Auburn's play Proof set attendance records here at American Stage last season. And there are people still talking about it, and people that came back over and over again. So what we're doing in the month of December is we're bringing Proof back, and we've reassembled the original cast, if you will, and they're all coming back for 3 weeks, and we hope it'll be a delight and people will come back again. I think 9 Parts of Desire is one of those real rare theater experiences. It's a one-woman show, and it's based on a book of the same title, 9 Parts of Desire. But actress Heather Raffo spent about 2 years interviewing American and Iraqi women who lived during the time of Saddam's Iraq. And this one-woman show is a bit of a collage of all the women that she met and their struggles and their triumphs. And it's absolutely unforgettable. Well, here at American Stage, we pride ourselves in being the sort of artistic gateway through which Tampa Bay area audiences can be the first to see area premieres of what we think are important plays.